A favorite memory of water. I have two that I always come back to in my mind. One is from the 1970s. I was camping up on the Mogollon Rim, and there's a series of natural lakes up on the rim, and they're surrounded by national forest, and so they're accessible. You can camp and hike and swim. And I can remember driving up from the desert in Tucson in my Volkswagen camper bus with my wife Linda, and it was very, very hot in the desert, and as we wound our way up onto the Mogollon Rim, we ended up about 7,000 feet elevation, surrounded by a pine forest, and made our way to one of the 7 rim lakes. And there were only about 3 or 4 other families there. And we parked next to the lake, and I can remember getting out, feeling that cool, clean mountain air. It was still quite warm though. It was probably in the low 90s because it was summer. And we jumped in the lake to cool off. And I'll never forget that feeling of swimming in a cold, clear, crystalline lake of fresh water that was provided and protected by the National Forest and provided for the public to use and enjoy. And I thought, what an amazing legacy that we have, these public lands that are provided for all Americans to appreciate and enjoy. That was a great memory, cooling off in a clear mountain lake. I also had a peak experience. I had an opportunity to raft down the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon for 7 days, from Lee's Ferry to Phantom Ranch. And I spent 7 days on the river with a group of other river rafters who were training, and some National Park Service employees and a group of scientists. And we were doing a training trip for new river guides. And I went along as an expert in the environmental history of the West and the Grand Canyon and gave a few presentations. But those 7 days of floating down the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon, one of the most spectacular and remote and rugged and awe-inspiring landscapes on the planet, those 7 days were something I'll never forget.